How are you doing, DeVon? I am Pamela Lowery, and welcome to the FAVR Fam right here. And the first off, the movie was definitely amazing. And in the movie, I was just smiling. So that's the point when you know that the movie was well put together. Now, with everything, Michael Todd's book boldly speaks about dating, marriage, and also sex in a biblical perspective. Why do you believe that the church, culture, and everybody that needs to hear and start conversations like this right now, why is that so important?
Well, I think these conversations have been around for a while because we all deal with relationships, you know. I think that when you look at the success of Mike Todd's sermon series called Relationship Goals and then the book called Relationship Goals, I think people have responded to the message because it provides hope, but it also provides information. And I think sometimes that's where the church misses it. It's one thing to preach the principle, it's another thing to give the information on how to apply that principle to your daily life. And I feel like Mike Todd did a brilliant job in that with the sermon series and the book. And for me making the movie, my first obligation is to, make sure I'm honoring the source material and then making a film that's entertaining, that's not preaching, but it still has a message in there. And I feel like we did that because the other thing is like you might hear something in church or your parents may say something and it doesn't really resonate. But then you watch a movie with Kelly Rowland and Method Man and you're like, wait a minute, I do gotta fix my aim. Wait a minute, I do need to really think about who I'm dating and why I'm dating them. So, it's important, I believe, to use films in a way that can be inspiring, uplifting, and informative.
You know what? Y'all definitely hit the mark. And well, I'm,
Right
I'm
on.
telling you because it was poking me a couple of different times. I'm like, okay, quit talking to me during the movie. Okay, Lord. But how did you discern that this message was supposed to expand into a film? Because so often we have books, but then the movie doesn't really translate. I'm telling you, you guys hit this out of the park with this project.
Thank you. Thank you. It was really, I mean, I've been in entertainment for since I was 18 years old. It's been the only job I've ever had, which is being here in Hollywood, learning how to tell stories. And so for me, the way to hit it out of the park, it comes from decades of a commitment to learn how to do this and learn how to do it at the highest level. And so taking, Mike Todd's book, the first thing, and not taking it, but getting a chance to adapt it, the first thing was finding the right writers. And so
Yes.
I got Mike Elliott and Corey Tynan. Mike Elliott has written, some of the best films in the genre from Brown Sugar to Like Mike to Ruth and Boaz
Mhm.
along with his partner Cordy Tyne, they did Ruth and Boaz together, and we got together, and it was them that came up with the concept on how to break this story and make it into a movie. And then we needed a female voice, and so I brought in Laura Lakos to do a rewrite, and she took it to another level. And then I brought in Linda Mendoza; she's the top female director in comedy on television, and brought her in, and she loved the movie. And then brought in Kelly Rowland and brought in Method Man. So at every stage of the project, it's about keeping excellence in the process. And so excellence in the process then gets you that excellent project.
This is a movie that will people will watch for generations to come. When
Yeah.
I say that it was amazingly put together, but it was an easy watch. It wasn't a point where you say, "Oh, I have to turn this off." It was so good. The point with all of this is that how can relationship goals, this book right here, you've translated into a movie, the conversation of love, commitment, especially when the one friend was like, you know what, I'm gonna walk away from this relationship. That's not easy in today's times. So,
No.
even with that, how can you reflect and share with our audience on how they can take this movie and run away and put it into their own life? Because it's not easy.
Well, I've never known anything in this life worth having that was necessarily easy.
Mhm.
You can have an ease in something even when it's difficult. And so sometimes the most difficult thing to do is the most necessary thing to do.
You preaching?
And and I feel like anybody, and the cool thing about the movie is that people can watch the movie and make their own decision. When you talk
Yes.
about that particular character, Brenda, who
Yes.
realized, like, wait a minute, you know what? I got everything but the covenant. I got to make a different decision here. That was a tough decision, but what happened when
Mm-hmm.
she made the tough decision, when she fixed her aim, then
Yes.
she was able to evaluate the relationship. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to ruin it for everybody.
Oh,
Everybody's watched
really?
the
Yeah,
movie.
we're not talking about everybody.
But I feel like that this movie will put on display authentic relationships, authentic dating, authentic singleness. And
Yes.
then it's not a sermon, so people can then take it in and make their own decision on how they want to deal with something. But
Mm-hmm.
I would just encourage anyone. The love dating relationships is the area where many of us have had the most hurt.
Yes.
And a movie like this, I'm crazy enough to believe, can be a source of help and a source of healing.
What do you want singles, believers, even non-believers, what do you want people to walk away with after watching this film?
Well, the first thing is I want them to walk away with saying, "Hey, this is a good movie." You know, like this is a good experience. I had fun. I
Yes.
laughed. I loved the fashion, the music, the
Yes.
characters. Like that's
Mhm.
number one. And
Yes.
then number two, I want people to walk away with saying, "Wow, that movie was about something."
It was.
It,
It
you know, it was it had substance to it. It had some things that made me think about my life and the direction I'm going. Those are the two things that I hope for the most.
when I say y'all left no crumbs, y'all didn't leave any crumbs for anybody to say anything crazy. I'm telling you, left no crumbs. Thank you so much. Look, have a blessed day and
All right, you too.
congratulations.
Okay, take care.
Bye-bye.